Okay, good afternoon, everyone. This is Lloyd Morris with AVS Medical. I want to thank you for taking time out of your busy day to join us for this second webinar in our Medisoft at Lunch series. With me today is Shelley Boisvert. Shelley is the Director of Business Development for Billflash, and she's going to walk us through a live demonstration. We're really excited about today's webinar. One of the things that we love most about training people on how to use Medisoft is that when we show them something that has an immediate positive impact on their work process, something that makes their job much, much easier, something in the software that they may not have known was there all along. Billflash for many people is one of those things. You may not realize it, but it's already in your Medisoft today. And so today we're going to show you an incredibly easy way to send patient statements and how to get paid much faster. But before we begin today's presentation, I want to let you know that it is being recorded and it will be available a little bit later this afternoon. During the webinar, your phone lines are muted, but once we're done with the webinar, we can unmute your line and take questions. Or if you prefer, you can type a question in the chat window at the bottom of your GoToWebinar control panel, and we'll answer those live. So let's go ahead and get started. In just a minute, we're going to get into the Medisoft software and show you how it works. But before we do that, let me describe what Billflash is. There are actually two components to the Billflash service. The first component are the statement delivery services, whereby with just a few clicks of a mouse, you can upload all of your statements to the Billflash website. Shortly after that, Billflash will either mail them out to the patients on your behalf, or they'll send them as a paperless e-bill, automating a process that can take hours and in some cases days for the typical practice. The second part of their services are payment services, and there are two. There's an online e-pay, where your patients can pay their bills at a secure web portal 24/7. So Monday afternoon, Saturday, Sunday, anytime they want, they can go online and pay, accelerating how quickly you get paid. The other part of that is what's called office pay, which is the ability for you to take a credit card payment or a check payment right in the office. And whether the patient pays their bill online or whether they pay it in the office, with a click of a button, those payments are then imported into Medisoft. Super easy. Okay, I'm going to turn things over to Shelley, and she's going to show you in Medisoft exactly how this whole process works. So stand by just a moment, please. Okay, I will re-record that part so we have it fresh. Okay, I'm back. So before I turn it over to Shelley, let me just describe to you exactly what Billflash is. There are actually two components to the Billflash service. The first one is statement delivery service, whereby with just a few clicks of the mouse, you can upload all of your statements to the Billflash website, and then Billflash will either mail them out on your behalf, or if you prefer, they'll send out a paperless e-bill. This automates a process that can take hours and hours, and in some cases days to do. The other part of their service offering are payment services. They offer two of those. One is called ePay. That's an online payment services where your patients can go and pay their bills 24/7. The other way to do it is with what's known as office pay, where your patients can pay with a credit card or check right in the office. And the best part about that is that once they do, the patients are available to be downloaded into Medisoft with one click of a button. So with that said, I just want to give you an overview of what it is. I'm going to go ahead and turn things over to Shelley, and Shelley is going to walk us through actually what this looks like inside of Medisoft. So bear with me 1 second. Let me turn this over to Shelley. We've got so many folks in here today. I have a hard time finding her. Here she is. Shelley?
Okay, great. Well, yes, I'm here.
Okay. Do you see the slides, Shelley? A couple of people said they couldn't see the slides.
I'm on my screen now.
Okay.
So, can you see my screen?
I can.
Okay, great. So everyone, thank you so much for giving us your time today. We do appreciate it. So this is billflash.com. everyone can go there, and I am on the Solutions tab, which reviews our 4 services. We have 2 delivery services, mail and e-bill, and 2 payment services, e-pay and office pay. I am going to show you how they all work, but just a quick overview of what they are. So mail is where you can send your patients professional statements by mail, and this is an example. They are very easy to read. They are somewhat customizable. You can add messages to them either in a group format or individually. They also have different color options. So this is blue, we have green, white, and red. And they also all come with this perforated tear-off coupon and a return envelope. E-bill is an email notification that goes to your patients the same day that you upload and send that paper. So you can send them a paper statement that they'll get in the mail in a few days, and also an email notification that is HIPAA compliant that they're going to receive on either their phone or computer the same day. So it really increases the likelihood that they're going to receive their bill. And I do want to point out this little green View and Pay Bill button. That connects directly to our first pay service called ePay. So here's ePay. That's where your patients can go online 24/7 and pay their own bill, which is really great. It's super fast. It connects right to the e-bill, and it's just wonderful. I love it. I think it's our best service. Office pay is where the office accepts those traditional payments, either in person, over the phone, or by mail. You can collect cash, check, or any kind of card. And all of this starts and ends right in Medisoft. It's so great. And we are the only merchant that actually is right in Medisoft merchant account. So now we're going to just open up Medisoft and show you how this process works. Okay, so here we are. We're going to go to Activities, Statement Management, Print Send. This is the part that's electronic with the process. Some people misunderstand and think that the patient will never receive a paper bill, but the only thing that's electronic about it is that the process from getting your statements from Medisoft to your patient. So you're using us instead of printing them to your printer. So you would select electronic. And then there's this little screen that you can put in particular items that will pull over the correct criteria for the statements that you're trying to upload at that time, whether it's a chart number, a date range, so on and so forth. But of course, this is a test account, so I'm not going to fill anything in. I'm just going to select OK. And it automatically takes me right into my Billflash account. So this top row is the batch that we just pulled up right now. Half of our customers go in here and they select this green Approve button, Confirm Approval, and they're done. All of their paper bills were sent, all their emails were sent, and that's it. And they're done sending their statements in seconds. However, you can look through each and every statement in full. So we're going to do that. We're going to select Review, and then this orange Edit File button. So at this point, we are in our Billflash account, and this is where you can make any changes, but again, you don't have to at all. We do have this Edit Group Records bar at the top, and as you'll notice as I'm sliding across this bar, down below in yellow shows you where those changes can be made on an individual basis. But this is nice because if you have 200 or 1,000 statements and you want to add the same message to it, you can use this Edit Group Records bar. If you just want to go in and look through each and every statement, you can click on the account number, and this will show you the statement in full, exactly what will be sent to the patient. So here's Clark Kent. He needs an x-ray on his neck. At this point, you could make additional changes if you want to by editing the document, or you can use these little toggle arrows to see the next statement. If that one looks good, everything's great, then let's go to the next one. James Dugan, and so on and so forth. You also have the ability to delete the document at this point. So that's great. Once you go through all of those statements, we're ready to move on. So again, down here, you're able to delete a document if you want to. You can add or delete messages very easily on the statements. You can change the color of a statement. We do find that sending them in blue or green seems more effective. And you also can sort it by these columns. So say, for example, you want to sort all the statements that are 90 days past due. You can sort those, add a message, you know, past due, will go to collections, and then change the statement to red and really get their attention. This is where you can change the delivery method. So you can send them paper only, email only, or both. It's as easy as clicking on the delivery method and then making, you know, selecting that it's going to be a change for all future. And basically you're done. It's really simple, it's fast, it's easy, it's super user-friendly. And once you're done, you can just save your changes and close the edit file. These bills are not going to be sent out until about 6 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, and until that point you can also go back in and make any additional changes. So now that we've sent our statements out, now how do the patients pay their bill? Well, one of the best ways that they can pay it 24/7 is by using our secure website, My Provider Link. So we call this service ePay. The patient has two options. They can create an account. These first two rows will populate, and they will just have to enter in a password. And if they do, then they can create an account, which is going to show them their statement in full. So now you could just eliminate sending the paper statement and send them the email that day, and they can go in and see their own statement, which is great. It gets it to them cheaper and faster. They can also see all their payment history. They can also store credit card information or bank account information in here. But if they don't want to do that, they don't want to remember another password, they can just go in and make a one-time payment. And they can, actually, you know what, I'm going to actually do a real payment so we can pull it in. So just bear with me one sec. Let's make a real payment. Okay. So in this case, if a patient wants to pay their bill, let's see, this would be what they would do if they didn't connect it from their e-bill. They would just connect it from their paper statement. They would see what their ID number is and what the account number is, and they would be able to just put it in like this. Very easy. Oops. I reversed those. Okay, easy enough. So put in there document ID and, okay, so here we are in My Provider Link, and Clark Kent is going to make a payment. So this is what he would do. We're going to use a credit card. Put in his credit card info real quick and submit. I know that for me, I like to pay everything online. It's fast, it's convenient. I can do it on a Sunday afternoon or at 11 o'clock at night, and then it's just done. So once he puts the payment information in, there's a receipt that he can either email to himself or print. And the greatest thing about that, this is my favorite part. So back in Medisoft, anytime that you want to see who paid any sort of bill, all you would have to do is go to the deposit list. And there's this ePay button down here. If you want to push that every day or twice a day, you can do that, and it's going to pull in any new payments that have been made right into Medisoft. So we are truly fully integrated from start to end, one-stop billing and payment solution, the only merchant that's in your Medisoft. So it's really fantastic. Another way that a patient could pay their bill is also in the deposit list. So in the deposit list, if a patient walks in or calls or sends in a statement, there's also other places that we do have our office pay button, but this is just an example. See this little button here? It's not activated just yet, but if you go into here, put in patient, you can put in your payment method and then your payment amount, chart number, you can pick, let's see. And now that office pay button is activated. So right within Medisoft. You can also collect payments within Billflash.com. But here it is. You just fill in this information. It's very easy. It's fast. And like I said, it all connects from start to end. I do just want to point out one other item about Billflash that's really great. It's our reports. So we have all these reports that you can run that shows you everything that was sent as far as delivery. So this is the batch of statements we just sent out. It shows you every piece of mail that was sent, any one that was deleted, how many e-bills that went out, and at any point you can click on those and print or create a PDF, and then also payment reports are right here too. So everything is right within Billflash, it's right within Medisoft, and it all works together. So it's great.
Great, Shelley. That's fantastic. Thank you, Shelley. We appreciate that. You're going to make me the presenter again, Shelley, and
All right.
okay, yeah, there it is. Okay, good. All right, I think everybody can see my screen now. I apologize, I did not have that turned on earlier. But thank you, Shelley. We appreciate that. That was an excellent demo. Um, so what I'm going to do now is unmute your phone line. So if you'd like to ask a question, the way that you do that is on your GoToWebinar control panel. There's two ways to do it. You can, whoops, I'm sorry, my mouse is jumping around. You can click that little hand icon right there, and that will indicate to me that you want to ask a question. I'll unmute your phone line. Or if you prefer, you can just type a question, and I'll see that, and either Shelley or I can answer that. So if you have any questions, we'll stand by, and please feel free to ask them.
So the first question is the cost, of course.
Mm-hmm.
So there are various costs because there are 4 services. Basically, the statements are 25 cents plus postage. That's for one white page. Each additional page is 17 cents. If you want to use color, it's a penny.
Yep.
And if you want to send an email notification, those are always sent for free if you send them with the paper statement. And if not, they're just 25 cents. But you know what we could do, Lloyd, you know what we could do is write something up and email it to anyone
Yes,
who wants to know all the details.
Yeah, we will do that. And I think maybe now's a good time to mention that a couple thoughts around the cost on this. Billflash does have a 30-day trial. It's completely free with the exception of the stamp. So if you want to have them, if you want to try having them do your patient paper statements for a month, they would only bill you for the actual cost of the stamps, not that additional service. The electronic statements or the pay services would be completely free. And on the payment services side, it's actually closer to 2 months worth of free service just because of the way they roll it out. So those are the basic costs of it, and we can get into detail. Um, but we've had many of our Medisoft clients do use this service, and to a person, they all say the same thing. Their patient payments go up almost immediately. Their days outstanding go down, and the reason being because it's so easy to send statements, they do it routinely, right? As opposed to something that is dreaded once a month, they do it once a week, a couple times a week. They just send them as they have them.
Plus, also, I just want to comment, we give you the option to reach out to your customers by paper and email, and then we're giving the patients more ways to pay their bill, so they're more likely to pay their bill.
Okay. Somebody had wanted me to unmute their phone line. Did you still want us to do that, or if you just click that again? If not, we've got another question online. Do you see that question, Shelley?
I do, yep. How many offices do you have that are currently using it? I don't know if you mean for Lloyd or for us. Currently, we send out about 2 million statements a month. We've been around for 13 and a half years, so a pretty solid company.
Yeah, I don't actually know the exact number of AVS customers that use this, but I would say it's probably in the order of about 30 or 40% of our Medisoft users do use this, and probably the same percentage of our Lightech customers, which is the sister product to Medisoft. Shelley, the next question is what is the cost for online
Yep.
payments? I'll let you field that one as well.
Yep. So for ePay, I just do want to just let you know the free 30 days for ePay and Office Pay. It's the month that you enroll in and an additional 30 days. So 100% for free. You can try it. No long-term contracts, no cancellation fees. We'll train you. We'll even give you a free card reader to use with Office Pay. But the online pay after that is 2.86%. Plus there's a 19-cent transaction fee. But we also have a pay services credit. So for every single payment that comes through, you receive a 10-cent credit off your Billflash invoice. And then how do you add messages on the statement as a group? That's so easy. I can show you. I could show you now or
Yeah.
give you another demo. Okay.
Well, I can jump in real quick, Shelley, if you like.
Okay, great.
I think. Bear with me, everybody.
Yep.
Only take a moment.
Yep.
I said that, but I don't know that I actually have any statements in here. So let's see. Yeah,
Oh,
here we
yeah.
go. Yeah, here we go. Okay. Okay,
This one
so
only has one.
yeah, this only has one. Let me go to another. Should I do another one, Shelley, or another batch?
Yeah,
Yeah,
yeah. What about
there
the
we go.
11
Yeah,
one?
yeah.
Yeah.
Okay. Okay. So I'll do the mouse, Shelley, while you do the talking. So, but
Sure. So if you go to Edit File
right.
and then go to the Edit Group Records bar
Yeah.
in the
So
center,
right. So right.
select all
Yeah.
records.
Yeah. So
Yep.
right here, what we would do is click Select All Records. So that's going to select all of our statements. Notice they now have a check mark next to the left of them. And then we would go to this box right here that says Messages and click Select. And we can just now hit Add.
Mm-hmm.
And when we do that, notice at the top here, there's a box that says My Group Message. This would be for putting in a one-time message. So this might say, uh, you know, Happy Holidays, 5% off if you pay your bill before the 15th, or whatever you want to put on there. That would be a one-time message that you would just type there and then click that green Add Message to Selected Records. But notice down below, there's also a library of statement messages, and you can have as many of these as you want. So you'll notice they're sort of canned ones that are in here. So maybe it's this pay your bill or be turned over to collections. Um, so there's two ways to do it. Type in a one-time message or choose a message from your statement library. Did I did I
Yep.
answer that
And
correctly? Question? Yeah.
if you had selected save or add that green button, we could see it. But that is exactly how you do it.
Okay, great.
It's really easy. Anything else?
Okay, I don't see any other questions coming through. Okay, folks. Well, again, we really appreciate your time. We're running right up against. We try to keep these to 30 minutes because we know your time is valuable. Um, so we appreciate you taking time out of your day to join us. Um, keep an eye out for an invitation to the next webinar in our Medisoft at Lunch series. Probably in the next 4 weeks, we're going to do a deep dive into Medisoft and ICD-10 and really get into how you'll handle ICD-10 in the software. At this point, all indications from pretty much every source we've seen, bipartisan congressional committees, CMS, everybody's saying that ICD-10 is on track and will stay for October the 1st. So we're getting a lot of interest, a lot of requests for education around ICD-10. So probably in the mid-April timeframe, we'll be doing a deep dive into ICD-10. So with that, I don't see any other questions here. I'm
There
gonna.
are two.
Oh, I'm sorry. I'm sorry. Go
Yep,
ahead.
there are
Yep.
two questions.
Go ahead. Good, Shelley. You
Sorry
want to
about
take?
that.
That's good.
I
All right.
just
Yeah.
wanted to catch you
The more,
before
the
you.
more, the merrier. Yeah. Yeah.
So when payments come in, how are they applied? You just click on that patient and a screen will open up and then you can select where that money goes. So if they paid $100 and they had two bills in there and you wanted to split it up, you can do that, or you can put it all towards one bill. It's a click. It's very easy. And then how can you select from Medisoft the newest statements to send to you?
Oh, you're breaking up on us, Shelley.
Okay, how is it now?
It's good now. Do you mean
Okay.
to? Yeah.
Um, Yep. So there's a criteria screen that pops up, and you can put in a date range, an amount range, a particular, like some people will upload all their patients with last names from A to D. So you pick what information gets sent over. But you could even, I mean, we do all the training for free, and we'll show you exactly how to use it hands-on. But you could even try it, upload something, fill in different criteria, and nothing has been sent until about 6 p.m. Eastern Standard Time if you approve the batch of files. So you could try it out.
Hey, and while we still have quite a few people on the phone, I want to mention one other thing that's often overlooked when we talk about Billflash. But one of the things that somebody asked earlier, how many of our clients use it? This is one thing that everybody loves to a person. Is you saw earlier when Shelley was doing her demo that very nice professional looking statement that a patient receives. If you sent the statement via Billflash, if you get that call from the patient and they're saying, hey, I just got your statement in the mail, I'm holding it here in my hand, and I got a question about what line 3 says on here. Can you help me? Um, in Medisoft, if you're not using Billflash, it's real tough to figure out what they're talking about. But I've brought up office hours, and you'll notice down here in the bottom left, there's a view statement button. So if I and I didn't send a statement for this patient, so I can't show it. But if I click View Statement right here, it's going to open up that exact same Billflash statement that the patient's looking at. So you're now looking at the same thing that the patient is holding in their hand, and it becomes a much easier conversation to have with the patient. You can do that from the schedule. You can do it from the transaction entry. You can do it from the statement screen. You can do that from the case, from a number of different places. You can view the statement that the patient is talking about. So that's another nice feature that we didn't talk about. Okay, well, we're happy to stay here and answer as many questions, but I don't see any others. If anybody has any other questions, please don't hesitate to contact AVS, or we can get you Shelley's contact information as well. If you'd like to go ahead and get signed up, it's 30 days free, cancel at any time. After that, with no further obligation, you only pay for what you actually use. This is a great service. Thanks, everybody. We really appreciate your time today.